Alrighty, so much energy. Woo! IPD Academy. These guys can dance.
Charlie.
Where do they get this in? All right, we'll have a conversation with them and then we'll figure it out. We'll find out why they can do what they can do and we cannot do it.
Anyway, you are very welcome. This is the Upside Down Show right here on ChannelOne TV. This is your favorite lifestyle show on TV where we bring you up to speed and very up close and personal with Ghanaians who are excelling in their various fields of endeavor. I'm Frema Edunyame.
And I am Nana Tufo. The show is designed to bring you nothing but total entertainment right in the comfort of your homes or wherever it is you may be watching us from, online, social media, YouTube, anywhere. We are here to serve, and we promise you a wonderful show today, because you see what we're going to do today is, so I don't want to say uncover, and we're not discovering.
No.
Yeah, so maybe we're unboxing.
We're unboxing, yes.
We're unboxing, yeah.
Yes, get up close and personal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because
we want to get inside.
Yeah, the kind of face people see our guests to have or appear to have.
Yeah.
It's one of, you know, political animal, always here, always there. But at the end of the day, he's human.
He is,
He
you
has
know,
family.
and that is what a lot of people don't get to see, because usually we know people as politicians, we know people as a journalist, we know, so you just know them in the line of duty.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, you know, who are they? What are they like? You know, are they always talking politics? Are they always fighting? Is it always MPP, NDC?
Yeah.
Is it, you know, so
And
what
there's
really?
so much perception around. The people form their own perceptions and they run with it. Sometimes it's mud slinging and we run with it. Somebody will come and malign you, and
terribly,
we
terribly
tend to run along with that tag. So what we're going to do today.
But of course, it's because when things are happening normally, you know, it is the normal way of things, unless it's otherwise. And then we are all interested to know, is it really the case? And that is why we, most of the time, drag them here to really get close to them and know, is there more to them than we see, or what you get is what you, I mean, what you see is what you get. Anyway. Right, so we'll be delving deeper into this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Upside Out Show, and please help us welcome
the one and only Dennis Aboagye. Bossman, welcome.
Thank you.
You know, they say one title that you don't really like is honorable.
No.
But why?
I want to be called a patriot. Yeah, but there are people who like honorable.
Yeah, so
no, people like it.
The honorable, it looks like people actually audition for it.
Let's give it to them.
You understand? They audition for it.
Give it to one person.
Anybody who likes that, do you like it?
No. You know, talking about calling people honorable, when we were on the caravan and we go to who?
Yes.
Voter series.
Yes. It was a
you have
gathering of
relationships
honorables.
with some of.
Yes.
I want to call somebody by his nickname.
Are you serious?
Like, why didn't you call me honorable? Yeah, so let's give it to them. You know, when I was MCM, my first meeting, so this was honorable. I said, I beg you, can you all stop calling me honorable and call me Dennis? Hey, they couldn't.
No, but
they couldn't.
You know,
it's a Ghanaian thing.
And I also think that my father once told me something, okay? He said that if you have a title, let people use it. Let people call you. Because in our part of the world, we tend to abuse freedom. So you will come from a very good place to say that, don't call me honorable, call me Dennis. But somebody would use that freedom or that leeway you've given them to disrespect you.
Yeah, that's also
you understand? Exactly. So people always want to have that defining lines that if I'm boss, let's go with that.
Let's give it to those people. Call them honorable.
Anyway.
Anyway.
As long as you're being a patron, why not? Anyway, you're welcome. Well, we'll get to that.
How have you been, though?
We've been okay. We've been good. You know,
it's been a difficult week.
Very, very, very sad day this morning. Actually, I'm just coming from the home of the former MP for Akwetia, Honorable MST Alkumi, and it's a very difficult situation.
How is his family?
It's difficult. I mean, this is somebody that was very healed and healthy the entire weekend. He was in Takrade going about his duties, came back, then within a split second of about an hour and a half says, I feel some pains on my chest, then he's gone. It's difficult.
But you know, let's get this from you. I mean, coming from the just ended election, you know, you have been in that space, being an MC, the thick of affairs and all. Share with us some of the pressures, you know, that you guys go through, politicians and all, because it looks like once you have a politician close to you, you feel all your problems are solved. You feel they have what it takes, you know, to solve all the problems. But share the insider story with us.
I think we are very vulnerable. You know, we are very, very vulnerable. It's a space of blackmail. It's a space of sabotage, and it's a very difficult terrain to maneuver. It's pressure from morning till evening, and it's pressure from 1st of January to 31st December. There's no rest period.
Is it because you promise too much?
I don't think it's necessarily because of the promises, because I mean the promises also come from a particular background. Why are politicians promising the sort of things they promise? I always say that the democracy every country has is just a reflection of the society.
Who the people are.
You know, the question is, if I come to your constituency and say I want to be an MP, and I give them all my credentials, and I tell them how I understand law and how I can make laws, would they vote for me?
No.
Exactly. What would they vote for?
Yeah.
So you have a situation.
Working.
Exactly.
Tangible.
So you have a situation where you are running for a political office, and you have people mounting signposts at their junctions, their community, and say no light, no vote, no road, no this, you know. So politicians are only adapting and adjusting to the environment we find ourselves, and as a result of that, it brings so much pressure. It's not easy, especially for the members of parliament.
You guys
it's a very
find
difficult
time to rest?
No. You won't have that space. You won't have that space. I mean, think about it. You lead a political party. You have millions of people, remember? Millions.
Yeah.
5 million, 6 million. Between MPP and NDC, we both have 6 million.
Yeah.
And you attend Feme's wedding next week. And next 2 weeks is another person's wedding, another person's funeral, another person's naming ceremony. You can't miss the other.
Yeah.
But
so you have to attend all. So it becomes very difficult.
If it's this much work or pressure, why do people die to go to parliament? What is there?
Somebody has to do it. I mean, no matter how you look at it, somebody has to do it. And eventually, some people would have to put themselves up for it. I mean, nobody goes into it and say, I'm going into it to get the pressure and die.
Yeah.
But you're going into it to manage the situation and deliver something good for society. Once you get in there, you don't have a choice. You have to adapt. And make sure that you...
It's not easy. We can only wish them well.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure. I'll tell you this last story. So I was in the office one morning in the Cafe North, and then I hear I have a visitor. So the gentleman comes here and said, Honorable, I said, you know, I'm so when in Kenya cry is Monday, and Monday they will just come from weekend. I said, no, but please, if you don't give me something, I cannot even pick a car back and go. I said, okay. You know what, come on Thursday, but you take this 100 cedis and then come on Thursday. He took the money and said, I don't know, but me and this is somebody who says, I don't even have money to pick a car from a Kopon to Mampo. A Kopon to Mampo, that time was like 2 cedi.
Oh.
Yes, and he tells you that on me, so you ask yourself, if you have 20, 30, 40 people like this, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, so there are days that if you don't have it, you can't even go to the office.
Hey.
You must be able to. If you don't have it, you can't go to the office. Have you been to an MP's home in the morning before?
No.
You should go and see it.
It's crazy.
You should go and see. You know, you should go to their homes, go to their offices. You go to Parliament House sometimes. You see when you go to the foyer and out there are car parks. These are all precious because people are coming to you with fees.
So how do they survive?
Bills. You have to.
How do you survive?
You have to find ways and means to make your people happy. There was a gentleman that was going to get married. Both he and the wife were all police station executives. So they came to me. Basically brought me the entire marriage budget.
Yeah.
You know.
You have to sponsor it.
And then you have to, because these are like two very voice-force people in their communities. If you lose them, your name is going to be very bad in the area. So I gave them the money. They had this lavish community wedding, and I still had to spend the entire day there. It doesn't matter whether you
paid or not. Your presence is important.
Then they come on Monday, all dressed up. I thought they were coming to say thank you. It's honorable. You know, plates and I mean, I call high plates in one. I'm not about plates in now. I'm not done your casa and Tina Basso when you can come and need a plates. Then I said, okay, you go and come a week later. Of course, I decided not to pay that.
Yeah.
Till date, I am the worst enemy to them.
No, then it looks like being a delegate or polling station agent is a very lucrative job.
It's not necessarily lucrative because there are some who are genuinely doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
Because the mandate of a police station executive is not to make money. It is for you to mobilize for the party people. But there is some 20-30% of the people who
they have their cuckoo season.
will take
Primaries
advantage
will come.
of it.
But that is good.
Primaries will come.
So that's the situation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
God bless
that's
his
the
soul.
actual picture. That's what it is. Anyways, Dennis Edward Aboagye. We know Dennis Miracles Aboagye. Now, Edino, where have you been hiding there, D, and where did the miracles come from?
So my mother gave me Dennis, and then my grandfather, who was a teacher, decided to call me Edward. He's a British, so he liked so he gave me Edward. So eventually, when my name, those times, they'll go and write your name in a register in school. It was Dennis Aboagye. Then he went to add the Edward. So I became Dennis Edward Aboagye. But of course, I attended a Presby primary school, so it's for Presbyterians. You always mention the surname first. Yeah. But because the Edward is quite long, so Aboagye Dennis, Aboagye Dennis, Aboagye Dennis. And I think along the way in Okwapuman school, for some reason, my mother started calling me Miracles.
Why?
I think I'm just a miracle baby to her.
Because you're an only child?
Yeah, that's also one of the reasons. Okay. Then she started calling me Miracles. By the time, I think as at 2016, 17, my name was gone.
Yeah.
Because if you Google Dennis Aboagye, you won't see much. Unless you make it Dennis Miracles Aboagye or Miracles Aboagye.
But have you ever asked your mom why Miracles?
Well, I mean, she explained later on.
Was it a pancho or something?
Oh, not necessarily. I mean, if you have a woman that has an only child,
of course,
with all the things that come about grooming boys, and then you bring him up in a way that you get to a point where you realize that I single-handedly brought this boy up,
and I'm proud of myself.
But he's come up very, very well, and I'm proud of it. Because me, I'm not a troublesome child. I don't cause trouble. Out there, people think that I am wild, but honestly, I don't cause trouble.
Even at Ukwas?
No, you should come and see me seated by my mom. Like we are seated together.
No, that's a different story.
I'm a mommy's boy.
That's a different story.
I'm a mommy's boy. Like
that's a different story. But when mommy is not there,
very obedient, very disciplined, and so she will call and say, then I'm studying.
But where's your dad?
I never met him.
How?
I never met. I'm not the only person. There are a lot of.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm very interested in yours. What happened?
Well, I mean, I don't know what happened, but I know that at some point in my life, I had to now ask. You know when you're growing up like that, you don't know. And the environment in which I grew up, everybody was everybody's parent.
Yeah.
But I think at some point, you have people coming to PTAs and fathers coming to, and then you don't see yours. And you're seeing this grandfather that is also the same as, so you ask. So then she told me the story. But I mean, the long and short is that the man who was supposed to be the father decided not to take responsibility and abandon the Miracles baby. So
that's where the Miracles is.
Yeah, so she single-handedly, had to take it up.
So you never met that man?
I never met him. I think the only time I met him, funny enough, was last year, August, September, thereabout. But I met his obituary.
Oh, he died.
Yes. So I was in the office when I heard that some people were looking for me. They came, they were my siblings. But before then, I had known a few of them, about 2 of them, that I've heard that,
Oh, they're your siblings.
But so they came and said, this is your father. He passed, and we are here to inform you.
Wow. Did you go for the funeral?
I looked at his picture.
Did you look like him?
I think
Was there any
I did. I think I did. But I mean, it's all good. I wish it would have been a bit different. I wish I had met him earlier and to have conversations with him and understand why, it had to happen that way. But I wasn't there. I wasn't there, so I couldn't have explained. But I mean, my mother went for the funeral. I didn't feel that it was morally right at that time for me to attend because, and for me also, I didn't want to cause drama. Okay. This was last year. Everybody knew Miracles. Yeah. Then I'll just pop up in this community, and they say,
they will change the whole.
I can't go and explain to everybody that this is the first time in my life that I'm even hearing. Yeah. Or you guys will even have stories that say, I heard the papa, But that's what. So I decided to save the family, all the drama. But I was with them. I was with them all throughout to get the whole process through. But my mother was there.
So how was growing up like? You know, an only child with your mother. You know, school. What kind of work did your mother do?
So I grew up to what we call class 6 in Latte. Because I mean, my grandfather was a teacher. My grandmother was a trader. My mother had me very early. Okay. 16 years thereabouts.
And I said it's not your father.
Yeah, it's Usisi, you know. See, it's not right, you know, the fathers. When you go and take.
But how old was your dad? Did you know?
No. Exactly. It was on the, I think it was an obituary, but he was
probably older than your mom then.
Yes. And
you should have known better.
The fathers who go for the small girls.
Oh, mommy, no, yeah.
When you go and take it, they are vulnerable.
16,
don't abuse them.
16, no, yeah, they, what was she doing?
You know, I mean, but you know, these are stories that now we can talk about it and talk about it probably, because I am very proud of her that even at that age, having gone through that, she still managed to go back to school.
Okay.
You know, a lot of girls, when they find themselves in that situation. But she went back to school.
Okay.
And my grandparents adopted me.
Right.
And allowed her to go back to school. Okay. So she went through school completely, went to training college, Kibi Training College. Okay. Remember those times your mother would go to training college and come home? Yeah. I didn't know. She was my sister then. No, I didn't know. I mean, Sister Becky.
Really?
I didn't know.
So how was it like?
So I'm sure you still call her Sister Becky.
You know, so I grew up knowing this sister of mine that was so nice to me. You know, because where we grew up in Latte, it was a small house with all the uncles and all the aunties at home.
Okay.
Because, you know, like I said, at that age, my aunties and uncles were all now, you know, growing up. So all of them were at home. So nephews, nieces, cousins, we're all the same. All in the same space, being taken care of by the grandparents. You know, so I call my granddad Dada. All of us call him Dada and Mama. So at that age, you won't know. And Mama is the one taking care of you. Mama is the one bathing you. Mama is the one feeding you. And then your sister Becky is going to school. But when Sister Becky comes home, she is extremely nice to you.
So when did you know this, my mother?
I think that was somewhere class 4, 5. It was quite interesting. So one of my cousins, I think at that time, who knew, actually insulted me. You know, I think I remember that time he called me a bastard or something. Ooh. It's okay. It's fine.
Of course.
And then at that time, we're now learning vocabularies, you know, and in our home there's this blackboard that everybody learns on it. Because my grandfather is a teacher.
Of course, a teacher.
Whether you are in SS1, SS2, class 1, we're all learning the same thing. So before I got to year 6, I knew so many things.
Yeah, you
were
class 3,
you are learning. Yeah, you are learning because we all learn on the same board. When they finish one, they will wipe it and then others will come. So the vocabulary was there, bastard, and it was explained. So I went to my grandfather and I said, we had gone to the village. We have a village around Ayesuan, we call it Mfano.
Okay, but where do you come from?
Latte.
Okay.
100% Latte.
Right.
So we went to the village at that time on vacation. You know, long vacations.
Yeah.
We go to the village, the cuckoo and all of that. Then we were at the cuckoo farm. I said, oh, but why is he calling me a bastard? And I started crying. Then they felt very bad. So they didn't answer me. When we came back home, then they told me that, oh, your father, he traveled to Holland. And that this is his address. And they think I've forgotten. And my uncle, they are watching me. They are watching me. So you know what they did? They gave me some address. In fact, remember those times you used to write pen pals? They send you Bibles and stuff. They gave me Dutch Reformed Tract Society. Anybody that used to write pen pals will know.
So
Dutch Reformed Tract Society. They told me that is where my father worked in Holland.
That blue small Bible.
They gave me the address and said that this is where your father works. Because I was saying that they should show me where he is. So they gave me that, you know, address. Then me too, I went to buy airmail. You know airmail? And I wrote a long letter.
Daddy.
Folded and wrote that address to that. And you know, funny enough, I still have those documents. I think they wrote back to me.
Of course, because they knew your story.
They wrote back to because I wrote a long story. Then they wrote back to me and told me that, well, they don't seem to know the person I'm looking for, but I remember they wish me well and they are sure that he's there. They also help me to find. But I should take these. Then they gave me Bibles, you know, those small blue Bibles. And that Reformed Tribe, they have this black hardcover Bible. That is New Testament and Old Testament. Before the small blue one.
Psalms and Revelations.
So they brought me that and I kept it. But that was when I knew they were lying to me. But I let it slide. Because again, at that time, I got to know that, okay, your mother is your mother. And not your sister. So the woman you call Sister Becky is actually Mama Becky. You know, so I let it slide. Because then when I came to understand, I didn't want to hurt her. So eventually, I think when I got to age 6, then she came for me and took me. Because that time she had completed training college, started working, and took me to Agona Nyakrum.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
In the Agona West,
Yeah.
the central region. And then she put me in a boarding school.
Okay, which school was that?
Swedo International School. That time was like GIS.
Yeah.
You know, so me, I went to the B school.
One time, yeah.
I went to the B school. So she took me to Swiss.
Yeah.
So it was Swiss that I started finding myself. Because when I went to Swiss, it was a very difficult environment. You know, you had just come from Latte, where predominantly I speak Latte. You know, Latte, that time when we go to school, we don't speak English.
So heavy.
And everywhere you go, they
don't speak vernacular in class.
In school. You know, and me, I was a drum boy. Break time, I'll go and play. Boom, 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 boom. You know, so then all of a sudden I come to this school and it's English. Everybody's speaking English, big grammar, and they are the bees. This is a boarding school, so they're the bees coming from Accra and all of that. So it was a very difficult environment. But we'll come to that. So yes, really, that is when I got to know that this is my mother. Then when I came to live with her, it was a beautiful experience. She's a fantastic woman. One of these days, we are writing a book, me and her.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Yes. We are writing a book.
Oh, it should be interesting.
We are writing a book because you see, I think that people should take responsibility for their actions.
Exactly.
It could be mistakes, but if you commit a mistake and there's an outcome that affects other lives, you don't abandon them.
Yeah, you should take responsibility.
You know, and imagine if this woman had not persevered to go back to school and decided that, well, let me just come and farm and all of that.
Look at you today.
Her life would have been lost. Mine would also.
So
also
from
be lost.
Swiss to Okuapeman to University of Ghana to UK.
Oh, I did the same course here.
Here.
I did a UPSA.
Oh, okay.
You know that one is only when you're graduating that you go for your graduation and come.
Oh,
So I
right,
did the chartered marketing at the UPSA.
Okay.
At that time. Yeah. Nice. But I mean, the Swiss experience, that's where I discovered myself.
Right.
You
So
know,
what happened there?
When you say you discovered yourself?
So when I came to Swiss, I was at the lower part of the ladder. Call it a village boy. At that time, these are the Dabis.
How old were you?
Oh, I think I was 10. Because I went to Swiss in class 6 or 5.
10 years thereabouts.
So I was 10 years old. You know, and these are rich kids. Because basically, it was a boarding school where those in Accra who were busy were bringing their kids. So they look down upon you. And you know, kids at that age, they have no sensitivity.
No.
You know, so they really look down upon me. And I also met them midway. Remember, in Swiss, as early as class 1, some are coming to the boarding school. As early as class 1.
Yeah.
So they've been in the boarding school from class 1 all the way to class 6.
They know all the dynamics.
And they know themselves. And you just come and...
Who is this?
Some John boy. You know, John cry. And I remember that time too, my English was bad. I couldn't communicate well. I couldn't speak well. And there were a lot of Liberians. That was the time Budum Bram had been. And then the Liberians who managed to go to the US, they brought their kids to the school there.
Okay.
You know, and they were in the boarding school. A lot of Liberians who were speaking. So it was a very difficult.
Yeah.
I didn't know so many things.
Hey, my man.
Adapt.
Because Latino, we go to farm, we come back. You know, you're eating fufu, you're eating banku, you know, that sort of thing.
Say some Latin language. How?
You know,
what does that mean?
Like, how are you? Then you say, Mayo Bali. It's not difficult to Inte Ukete.
It's difficult.
You say Mayo Bali.
Mayo Bali.
Sounds like Enzema.
Inte Ukete.
Inte Ukete.
Then I say Mayo Bali.
Mayo Bali.
Pure Latte boy. Pure. Like.
Yeah, that's what you suffer at Swiss.
No, I suffered.
No, Inte, baby.
I suffered.
Yo.
And I was also, what even made my suffering worse is the fact that I wanted to be out there. Because
you won't keep quiet.
When I grew up
in
Latte, Aboagye, if I take you to that house, it's a small house, small family house, and all of us were in.
Champions.
So like 35, 40. Everybody trying to find the world. We need to survive. Like, you need to be great.
Yeah.
You understand? And our grandfather insists that you have to be great. Like, listen, you must do something better than we are doing. That's why I'm sacrificing for you. And so if you're growing in that environment, everybody is seeing you, but nobody is seeing you. Like, you must shout to be heard.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, you must survive. So at night when we are going to bed, nobody has a room, nobody has a bed. Where there is space, you go and sleep. So don't get up and be owning space. You understand? So at night where there is space, you go and sleep. You know, and all of that. So at Latte, I think that's where I built my confidence. Because in that environment, you must be confident to survive. You understand? There are so many kids. You're not the only child. Plenty kids growing up.
Looking back, okay, with everything that you have achieved, where you find yourself today and looking back, would you say that what you went through growing up has impacted you in some way?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't come from where I come from and not survive. Like, so the thing that you throw at me now.
Yeah.
So even for what I do now in politics, when I go online, people are writing, it means nothing. Like where
you grew a tough skin at a tender age.
It's more than a tough skin.
Yeah.
Like where I've come from, I'm not supposed to be here. In the first place, you've defied the order.
Yeah.
You are not supposed to be where you are now. You understand? And I'm here. So like you can't stop me.
No.
You understand? You cannot stop me. I mean, you go back home and you see that 70% of the people you grew up with are still there. You know, some have 7 kids, 8 kids, 10 kids. It's by the grace of God.
How many children do you have?
4.
Okay,
wow.
it's manageable.
It's I think I should add more, you know.
Just told me,
my mother has 1. So I should, you know.
Should spread.
The free SHS no is working properly.
And there's 3 HHS too. If my mama doesn't spoil it, then we are good to go.
So,
you know,
he's bringing in private
So in that environment, you would grow to understand life. So you grow to be disciplined. You grow to be God-fearing. So I am extremely religious.
Great.
Very, very religious.
Practicing Christian.
Yes, because my grandfather and my grandmother will not go to church without anybody.
Okay.
Like on Sunday, my grandma will be the last person to leave. My grandfather will leave early because he's a steward.
Okay.
And my grandmother is expected to whip everybody to go to church. And then she will lock the gates.
So where do you go to church?
I'm a Methodist.
Oh, okay.
Baptized, confirmed Methodist. So you will go to church. And when you go to church, you are participating. So there can be Christmas where we are doing Jesus drama and you are not a character.
What character or what role did you?
The guys who were whipping Jesus.
Oh, Charlie Dennis.
You will whip.
But we actually brought salvation. If we are not whipping him, he would have at some point said,
you will whip, Papa. You look like somebody who will whip.
Yeah, I was whipping him. You know.
But with your background,
and I enjoyed that role.
You will enjoy. Why would you enjoy? But with your background as a marketer, you know, how did you find yourself in politics? When did it start?
I think it's about how I discovered the leadership, you know, characteristics. So when I went to Swiss, this is what happened. When I got to Form 1, third term, I realized that if I don't re-strategize, these guys will make life unbearable for me till I complete the school. And I wasn't willing and ready to allow that to happen. Because you're going to play football, apart from the fact that I was struggling to fit in the B space, I was also smallish. Like I was like this. When I was in GSS, I was like this. Like,
so nothing will favor you.
Not just short and small. You know, and so the only thing I had was this.
Brains.
So we are going to play football and nobody wants you on the team. Meanwhile, you know how to play and you really want to play. But everybody thinks that this small boy.
What can you do?
So they were always pushing me and showing me aside. So I said, okay, all of you want to play. I also want to play, but you don't want me to play. So I need to find something else to do so that when they are playing, I can be part. So I said, okay, then let me be the team manager.
Okay.
Then you cannot, because they are all fighting to play. Nobody wanted to hold the jerseys. I said, okay, so if all of you want to play, then me, from now onwards, I won't play. I will select the team.
Okay.
And they gave me that wholeheartedly because
they
all wanted
think
to
about
play.
it.
No, because everybody wanted to play.
Can you imagine?
So they all gave it to me.
Give me the power.
Yeah, so from Form 1 third term, I was like the senior manager. I hold the jerseys and the ball. Now I decide who plays.
And
they were all obedient because they were fighting. Like it was always a fight. So I was now selecting. So by the time I realized, I think I came to the point where I said that, okay, can I just stop participating and fighting over things and just do the things nobody wanted to do? So at Swiss, I started doing everything nobody wanted to do. But then I realized that the more you do the things that nobody wanted to do, the more control and power you get.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, it's something that people don't think about. But I've grown to come to understand that the one that is doing the things nobody wanted to do. Because then I became very prominent. I became very, very, very popular and famous. Because everybody knows you. You are the guy that is selected and all of that.
Now they have to be nice to you, so they get selected to
So I started getting the opportunity to do other things because now I was very famous. Because you have to help in other places so you can play football.
Can you
know, so the other thing that naturally.
So you know, being a politician started way back.
So now, if you are going to do something, I'm part. If you are going to do these other things that were not football, I am part because now. So by the time they realized, it was all miracles. They used to call me baby you. You know, it was all.
Now why baby you? Because of your size.
Small, you know. You know, it was all baby you. So I think that is where I discovered that. And since that time, anytime I find myself in any space, I look out for that one thing that nobody wants to do. Then I'll do it. Like the one that nobody wants. Because that's the only way that will make me stand out.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants that. Everybody is fighting over this water. I'll go and take the flower and wait.
Well, we'll come back to the things that nobody wants to do.
That is where, for me, I discovered this whole... Then I took advantage of it. So, I mean, I decided to now do things. You know, everything...
Shot you directly into
yeah. Like, anytime you find yourself somewhere, you'll do it. Then we came to Okapman School. So it was Okapman School that I decided to start the whole politics business.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. This is the Upside Down Show. We're having a conversation with Dennis Edward Aboagye. Well, miracles. Oh, nice. Okay. So,
yeah, so he's officially
we'll find out how the politics, the formation of the politics from Okwapeman led to the baby yo from Lake meeting the economists from Wali Wali. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show here on ChannelOne TV, and we're seated here with Dennis Miracles Edward Aboagye. And I mean, it's a fantastic conversation. Interesting. Like we do on the show, we go behind the curtain and bring you the true human behind that veil that you see out there constantly. Dennis, now we are to Okwapeman, and the politics is beginning to take shape. Actually, I mean, we're forming the mindset to go heavy in politics. Tell us about it, and then we can progress.
So I think I went to Okwapeman in 2000. That time we used to report in school in August. So there was still an election coming up.
Yeah.
And my grand uncle, that's my grandmother's cousin, senior, you know, Ejarikwe. He was quite famous. Honorable Ejarikwe was a member of parliament now. Then, so he used to come to the school, then we talk and all of that. So I was admiring him.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that there's this man that is from my hometown that is responsible for all these plenty people and all of that. So that was when I looked, I said, this one there, this thing that is doing, I should do something. You know, so I spoke to him. And he was excited to even know that I was related. Then he said, okay, so can we start mobilizing? So he told me that, okay, he wants me to move around the dormitories and write the names of all the students who are 18 years and above, or who are almost 18.
He was NPP.
Yes, he was NPP. I mean, he was MP between 97 and 2005.
Right.
Okay.
So I started writing names and mobilizing. So I started mobilizing in Okwapeman School somewhere in the year 2000 for MPP.
How old were you? Like 15, 16?
Yes, I was barely 15 years, 16 years. I think I was 16 also.
Yeah.
From one boy?
Yes. You know, but you know, your uncle was the MP, so
yeah,
of course.
Yeah. And the boys too like the fact that, you know, latte boy. You know, they used to call me latte boy, and then the MP too is a latte man. Yeah. So it was easy. So I mobilized from there at that time for him. Fast forward, he was MP through at the time I was in Okwapeman School. I think as at 2000, the next parliament in 2005. The 2004 election is when he left. He left, and then Akutu's father became the MP. So when I left Okwapeman School, for all I did at that time, so whenever he's coming to the school, it's me. I was like the gatekeeper on the campus, mobilizing the boys. Me too, once in a while, I'll call him and lie to him so that the boys are complaining. Then something small happened on Sunday, you know. See, we learn all, and then of course we did all the bad boy stuff for him, you know, at that time.
Like what?
Oh, plenty. Some things
like
are not
including,
like some things are not
including, but not limited to.
They're not limited to mobilizing and coordination. You know, so from Okwapeman School, then I went to Legon.
Yeah.
And so it was a natural transition at that time. So you get involved in TESCON and all of that. I mean, Legon is where everything happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Legon is where everything happened. I mean, you know, agenda boys. You know, so for some of us, I always say that Legon, I did 70-80% politics and 20% academics.
Of course.
I was very fortunate that I was doing courses that I was naturally inclined to.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise, I don't think I could have done the mathematics. Because when you wake up in the morning, it's politics.
Yeah.
And we're doing it from first year to fourth year. Even when we finish national service, 2 years after Legon, you still go back and go and do it. So it was the TESCONs, the SRC elections, the JCR elections, you know, doing agenda, midnight meetings, mafiaing people, You know, all those things. I mean, that's the formation.
Which hall were you in?
Ekwafu Hall.
Okay.
Ekwafu Hall. I mean, that was the formation. So I was basically involved in everything. You know, so you know how they work. So you get to a point where anybody wanted to run for an office will look for you. Because they know that when they find you, you know,
the kingmakers.
Exactly. So basically, that is what really broke it for us. So I did all of that. So I completed Legon, SRC, all the fights, Samuel Oku selections, Rocky selections, you know, all those things. You know, from JCR, there are some law. I remember the very famous one. I think it was the last SRC elections before we left office. Was it the Louis Carroll one or some other one? Before we left school. I'm sure you remember the Lord Hammer and all of that. Something happened. I think it was the one after, the one we did and then we left office. I think that one, the current MP for Okre was a contestant in the elections, yes. So, you know, always MPP and this, we always have our candidates. You know. And then I was a General Assembly member from Ekwafu at the SRC. And then I was made a vetting committee member to go and do agenda. You know the way agenda works.
Nice.
I think it was Toyin Senaya who was acting SRC president. Because Toyin Senaya at that time, that's Horseman Shoes. Toyin Senaya at that time was Sabah Hall president. And then there was some confusion with that election. So he ended up becoming the acting SRC president. And then, you know, I was put on the vetting committee for one thing and one thing only.
Agenda.
Then I did it. Then it became litigation. For almost about a month, I couldn't sleep in my room. Because boys were looking for you, everybody were looking for you and all of that, and it was litigated and it was in all of that. So I sometimes sit back down and I say, it means that all these things that I did and we went through, that is why now some of the things that people do,
that's what you can do now and go through.
Yeah, because you know you've been
through the mill. You've been through the mill.
When we're small,
you delivered. You know, you delivered.
You see, the thing is that when you are given a responsibility, do what you have to do.
Deliver.
You know, if you're asked to even sweep well.
It well.
You know, so
you were the executioner.
I mean, Legon will groom you. Legon will form you.
Of course.
By the time you come out of the Legon politics, you are full and complete.
Well,
that's why look at frontline politicians. I'm telling you, about 70% of them are from the Legon mill. And then the others are also from the other universities. But predominantly, student politics is something that this country shouldn't joke with.
True.
We shouldn't attempt to destroy it. Because now I go to Legon and I'm sad. I don't think what they are doing is right. You know, university is not a secondary school.
No.
These are people that you should allow them to discover themselves. So you go there and they say, Dean of Students say we shouldn't do this, that we shouldn't vote today. It doesn't help. We cannot do this, we cannot do that.
That is a whole dynamic, on its own. I think also because the students...
Maybe the current crop of students there now.
We're all young at that time. If you look at the age, it's almost the same. Me, at the time I went to university, I was small.
But you had a zeal, because you were building on something from
these ones also have the zeal. The only reason why it's happening now is that we are killing the zeal. You understand? I think that once people move into the tertiary space, allow them. Allow them to discover themselves. I mean, gone were the days where we would hit the street from the University of Ghana to the castle. And go and protest.
But quite honestly, it looks like these guys are not doing anything.
No, they are not allowing them.
They're on their phones.
You understand? We're influencing.
We were shaping policy.
We're shaping policy.
Yes.
Those times when government says we are going to introduce one city doomso, SRC will say no.
No, and that is it.
And tech will move buses.
You need to engage. You need to engage them for them to understand.
You know, KNUST students, UCC students will converge and go to the castle. I think that it's a breeding ground. We should allow the students to express themselves and discover themselves. Otherwise,
you are a man of many parts, you know, so we just have to be moving from one issue to the other. Now, let's just move all the way, you know, to your work with the former vice president. How would you describe him?
Is that
amazing? Who found who? Did you find him or he found you?
No, he found you.
Who am I?
He found
Who am I? Who am I? I mean, if I die and go and come back, and I have to choose from a million people, one person to work with, I'll choose Dr. Bawumia.
Why?
He's intelligent, he's a doer, he's honest and sincere, and he's visionary.
Is he a politician?
He has become a politician, so he is a politician. Our democracy is how many years? 34 years.
Yeah.
He has been doing this for 16 years. So he is a politician. I don't think right now in our country you can pick 10 people who are more politicians than him.
Working closely with him, do you think that he's cut for Ghana politics?
I think Dr. Bawumia is a fine balance between technocrat and politician. That's one feature we have been missing in this country for a very, very long time. So we are used to the hardcore politician, like myself. Like me, I'm hardcore, like thoroughbred politician. Yeah. That's all I know. Okay, and I've been dragged through the system and baked. And that's what this country has been used to. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a fine balance between that and then technical.
Is that what we need?
I think this country at this point needs somebody like that. This country at this point needs a president that has a practical understanding of what the issues also are, and would not entirely rely on just what technical people are telling him. I can tell you, I've worked in government, and I can tell you that politicians sometimes take the flag for certain things that if we are to open up, the people who actually are responsible for it are behind. But we are the face. We are ultimately the decision makers. And people will come and advise you. These are the people that the Ghanaian state pay to do the thinking and do the formulation and all of that. And when you're going to rely on it, you rely on it because you trust in them. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is one of the few politicians we have in this country that is technical, who understands it. And so you can't just come to him and come and tell him what you think you should tell him. He knows what it is that you are talking about. It's high time we listen to him as a country.
But what will happen if he doesn't become a president? Must he be a president?
I think he should. For the good of the country, I think Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia should be a president. I mean, this country cannot lose out on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is my view. And I'm sure you also hear around, not a single Ghanaian have you heard have anything bad or negative to say about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a person. In terms of humility, sincerity, in terms of technical ability, nobody really has any such thing to say about him. What we know and we can point to are practical, evidential things that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has introduced into this country and impacted this country in a very big way.
You're very passionate about the man, right?
No, because I've seen him up close. And the reason why I will go all out any day, every day to help him achieve or realize that dream is because I've seen what he is made of. You see, this is a man that, so he wakes up in the morning and before you wake up at 3 a.m., he has sent you what you were supposed to do for him and tell you to look at it and advise and make inputs. You can't go to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia without preparing because what you are going to tell him, you know. And there are other sides of Dr. Bawumia that people don't know. And maybe it's that time you talk to him here.
Yeah.
He's a genius. He's a very, very intelligent guy.
Oh, that we don't take away from him.
No, but people you don't understand the weight of his intelligence. He's a very, very intelligent man. Everywhere Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been, he's left footprints. Go to his universities in the UK, in the US and all of that. He's a very, very brainy person.
It's also because he has a great woman supporting him.
Absolutely, and he's very smart. So you can't go to him with half baked. No. You feel very, and I think that is what, for me, I enjoy most around him. And it makes me work really hard. Like, I need to be ready. And it's refining me into a much more better person than I was. The past few years or months that I've worked with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, it's really shaped me. And I think it's one of the best decisions that I took when he reached out to me.
So who's your favorite Ghanaian artist?
Sarkodie.
Sarkodie.
You know, he has this song with Obrafo.
Which one is it? A brighter day.
That's
you know the lyrics?
I know some parts.
Okay, let's go.
So that side. That side is the part that kills me. The socially the banana wakumen too. That part. I mean, it's very, 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 very deep.
What is it about the song?
I think it says a lot of things. It talks about how you should keep the faith, have your hopes up, forget about the setbacks. People will laugh at you, tease you, but don't worry, there will be better days. And then there's a part where Sarkodie said, "Enya yase wadana de achon na bibi bi say Yesu waha me papa." You know, like it talks about it talks about how he feels that once we sleep and wake up in the morning, that alone
it's enough.
is enough.
I mean, you have life.
Yeah. And that the fact that you don't have air conditioning, the fact that you don't have a Lamborghini shouldn't be reason enough for you to, you know, be ungrateful to God. And don't you realize that God will be very pained, knowing that He could have taken your life in the middle of the night?
Preach!
You know.
But you dance?
No, I don't know how to dance.
At all?
I dance better when I'm seated.
One of those guys.
I don't know how to dance. I dance better when I'm. I think my boss dance better than me.
Oh,
yeah, and then his back.
Oh, that's about me. I can dance.
Oh, then you have two left.
Which one?
Oh, have you seen there?
The one we see, or no, the one that he does behind the camera.
Take your time and mark the dance very well. Take your time.
Then you have two left feet.
No. when I'm seated. Oh, when I'm seated.
Right. Yeah. So Dennis, you know, in wrapping up, let's hear if there's one thing you can change in Ghana. I mean, everything from politics, from discipline, from anything that you can change. If you could, what would that be?
From what I have learned, studied, and understood in government, and especially in Ghana, I think that the day we elect MMDC is on partisan lines, and the day this country decides to properly decentralize and allow our developments to be handled at the local government level, Ghana will be liberated economically. I'm very confident about it.
That's your forte, so
very,
we
very
can't
confident
question
about it.
I mean, if you say so.
I'm very, very, very confident. I think that the only reason why it's slow is because we are too centralized. We are not allowing the people to take care of themselves.
Right. So
if I get the chance.
The day Dennis Edward Miracles Aboagye becomes president of Ghana.
I don't want to be president.
Remember, did you hear him?
I'd love to be a chief of staff, but not a president. I think chief of staff is powerful.
No, I get it. Yeah. No, I know what you are trying to do.
Yes, I think I'd be a better chief of staff than president.
So when he eventually becomes the chief of staff, that is Dennis Edward Miracles Aboagye.
One day
one day it will happen.
Playing.
Of course, the play. He's coming. You know, Dennis, thank you very, very much. This has been a great conversation, and I'm sure there's more we could have squeezed out of you. We'll find another reason to bring you back, but thank you very much.
Eventually, when Bawumia becomes president, I'll come back.
Well,
and hopefully then he's coming here as a chief of staff.
1,200 days more. Just 1,200.
The man has been counting.
1,232 days or so. We're almost there.
So we can only wish you well in this journey. This is the Upside Down Show. We'll be right back.